Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and is talking about anti-Second Amendment bills and legislation really fear-mongering? This video is brought to you by the USCCA. Make sure you check that link in the description box. It's one of the most important links you might ever click, and one of the most important memberships you might ever have in your wallet. So definitely check out that link down below. Let's get started. So let me go ahead and give you guys a little bit of backstory before I answer the question, is it fear-mongering to talk about bills and legislation? So I watch just about every single Second Amendment legislation video that comes out here on YouTube. While I'm watching it, I like to read the comments section. It gives me a good idea as to the public perception of a particular bill. So it's an important part of the whole equation for me. So while I'm watching and while I'm reading, I'm noticing this trend from small channels all the way up to the big Second Amendment advocacy channels that they're getting comments from people saying, you're just fear-mongering. This has a low likelihood of passing. You're just fear-mongering. You're trying to scare people. And I thought, are they really? And so after seeing this going on for quite a while now, I decided to really think about it. Is it fear-mongering to talk about these things, or is it just somebody handing out information? Well, here's my answer to that question. Of course it's not fear-mongering. We need to take every single bill, and every anti-Second Amendment bill that gets introduced, regardless of how ridiculous or how over the top or how low of a chance it actually has of passing, even if it doesn't have sponsors, and we need to treat it the same as something that has a high likelihood of passing. Why do we need to do that? We need to do that so that we don't become compliant to these bills that are just absolutely outrageous. Remember, if the Congress that's in there right now, the only way that they know what public support is actually like from something is how much support or lack thereof of support there is for something. So pushback against something, right? And so you have large groups like Everytown and Moms Demand and things like that who actively throw their weight behind every single anti-Second Amendment bill that goes out there, okay? So they push for it, they advocate for it, they want it. Just do what I do and follow them on Twitter. You'll see every time a bill comes out, even bills that have a low likelihood of actually going through like HR 127, you will see these groups out there advocating for its passage. So there needs to be an opposite reaction to that from those of us who believe in the Constitution, who believe in the Second Amendment. When somebody comes out with a video and says, look, HR 127, it's terrible. I made a video about it. I even said in my video, it's got a very low likelihood of actually passing, but we have to treat it as it's a bill that has a chance. And other people start pushing and talking about HR 127. They're just trying to tell you, hey, this exists. It's a terrible bill. Let them know it's a terrible bill. That's it. That's all you got to do. You just have to let your voice be heard so that they know that there are people out there, not just on the one side who are advocating for it, but people who are advocating against it. It's as simple as that. So if you're somebody who gets upset because there's some type of compromise when it comes to these bills, well, guess what? Don't compromise when it comes to the stuff that's been put out there already. Regardless if it's even going to pass committee, you still treat it the same way, and you let your elected representatives know that we have a Second Amendment. And the Second Amendment is, in my mind, absolute. And even though the Second Amendment was created by man, our right to defend ourselves was created by God. We have a right to defend ourselves, and we have a right to defend ourselves on an equal playing field as those who would not abide by the law. Okay, that's the big thing. That's the big thing that it's always been. There's people out there who don't abide by the law. And therefore, we want people who are law-abiding to be able to defend themselves against that. And so, again, we have to treat every one of these bills as it's as serious as the bill that actually has a chance of passing. And there's going to be a lot of those. We're going to have a rough 4 years ahead of us. But remember, there are elections in Congress too, okay? Taking control of Congress, and you can't even say retaking control of Congress because it's not like over the last 4 years there was any advocacy on our behalf where we saw the Hearing Protection Act or we saw reciprocity or anything like that. actually go through. So I don't feel like anything was done on our behalf over the last 4 years, but I can tell you this, the next 4 years, it's going to be the complete opposite. We know there's going to be a lot of push. So I think that the people that are out there that are doing this on a daily basis or doing it kind of frequently are doing people a service. And instead of calling them fear mongers, be grateful that they took the time to do the research, to read the bills. I can tell you right now, it becomes very tedious, especially when you get a bill this deep right here, and you got to read through every single page so that you have a basic understanding of that bill before you jump on camera. It is a lot of work. It takes a long time. One single video could really, it could set you back a lot of time behind the computer, a lot of time reading, and a lot of time editing and standing in front of the camera. So these people are doing a service that you don't even have to pay for to watch. And so instead of maybe calling them fear mongers, try and be appreciative that they went through the effort to bring you this information. And again, if you don't like it, you don't have to do anything with it. If you think it's fear mongering, just don't watch it, okay? Just don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution, and no compromise, and just stand up to every single bill as if it was going to pass. So again, that's my answer. It's not fear-mongering to me. It's simply free information. Thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.